If you have a business that you run locally and you are considering exposing your business to a larger audience beyond your locality, creating a website is the best option. My name is Femi. Today in this video, I want to teach you the basic things you need to know about creating a website. So let's get started. In order to create a website, the first thing you need is a domain name. Domain name is the name or address that a visitor will type into a browser in order to access or open your website. An example of a domain name is this. Usually, people use the name of their business or brand as the domain name. For example, if your business name is Femrise, you may want to use that as the domain name. So, how do you get a domain name? Well, there are a lot of domain registrars that you can register your business domain with. Some of the most popular domain registrars are Namecheap, GoDaddy, Hostinger, HostGator, just to name a few. The cost of getting a domain name from some registrars could be as low as $7 or less, depending on the type of domain you choose. But generally, you should budget up to $13 for this purpose. After securing your domain name, the next step you need to take is getting a web hosting server. When you visit any website, every visual that you see on the website, be it images, videos, blogs, or anything, this content lives somewhere on a computer that is connected to the internet, and this computer is called a web hosting server. This is where the files and contents of your website will be hosted. Before we discuss where or how to get a hosting server, first I want to talk about the different types of hosting you can get. The first type of hosting is shared hosting. Shared hosting, as the name suggests, is a server that will be shared between you and other people who have subscribed to the same hosting. This means resources of the server will be shared between many users, and because of this, all the necessary installations will be managed by the hosting company, which means all the tools and softwares you need to use to create a website will be managed for you. Examples of the tools I'm talking about are cPanel, database, email, FTP, and many other tools like that. The cost of shared hosting is very cheap compared to other types of hosting like VPS and cloud server. All of the domain name registrars companies mentioned earlier in this video also offer web hosting servers. The second type of hosting is VPS, Virtual Private Server. This hosting option will give you allocated resources on a physical server which you will be able to manage on your own and not share with others. This will also give you some ability to set up and manage the tools needed for your website. Keep in mind that the cost of VPS hosting is higher than that of share hosting. The third type of hosting is cloud hosting. Cloud hosting is similar to VPS in terms of being able to manage your resources and not sharing with others. But it is much better than VPS because with cloud hosting, you will be able to increase resources like bandwidth, RAM, or disk space whenever it is needed. It can be much more costly than the other two hosting mentioned earlier, but ultimately, you will have to make the decision on which one fits your business needs. So, how and where can you get web hosting? The companies mentioned earlier offered shared hosting and VPS, so it will be a good idea to look into the options available on each of these websites and compare their prices. You can also check for other web hosting companies for better offers. If you want me to create a video to walk you through the web hosting services offered by some of the most popular hosting companies out there with performance comparison, please indicate in the comment section. Moving forward, after you get your hosting server, the next step is to decide what tools or technology you want to use to build your website. I'm going to put website design tools into three different categories. The first category is CMS, Content Management System. These are tools that have been made specifically for building websites, and there are a lot of them on the internet. Examples are WordPress, Drupal, Magento, PrestaShop, Joomla, just to name a few. This software offers a lot of features that makes web building easier. And with the support for add-ons and plugins installation, you will be able to add many features to your website. For WordPress in particular, there are millions of plugins available which you can choose from depending on features you want to add to your website. The second category of web building tools is Web Builder. Some hosting companies like GoDaddy, Wix, Squarespace offer drag and drop web builders which you can use to create a quick website. Though this option does not offer the ability to create much more sophisticated websites like what some CMS tools offers, it can still be used to create simple, good-looking websites that will represent your brand online. The third category is custom coding. This is creating a website by writing codes from scratch with static, styling, and programming languages like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and PHP. With this option, you might have to hire a web programmer if you are not a tech person. Your choice will depend on what type of website you are looking to create. Many people choose CMS because it is easy and faster, but if you want a more sophisticated website with custom features that are not popular, then you might have to consider the custom coding option. After the key 3 steps mentioned earlier, which are step 1, register a domain name, step 2, get a web hosting server, step 3, decide on which platform or tools you want to use, you can then go ahead and start building your website. There are tons of resources online that can guide you on each of these steps. Part of what I do on this channel is to create informative IT tutorials to help people with the know-how of IT in general. If you want to get updated as I create new tutorials, consider subscribing to this channel so that you won't miss my future tutorials. That's all I get in this video. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section. I will be glad to help. If you find this video helpful, please consider clicking the like button to help me reach more people. Thank you. Until next time.